Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And guys, I got the legendary. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I got Miss Jazzy. I know. I'm sorry. No, I had to say it right. I got alpha female Jazzy Gabert right here on the screen.
Hi,
Jazzy, how are
Gabi.
you this evening, young lady?
I'm good. I'm tired. It's 1 a.m., but I'm ready for you. I'm ready for the fans, and I'm happy to do this.
Ready for the coach. Okay, well, I'm Coach Shelton Harrison, and I introduced myself to you, and I'm ready. I'm ready for you to do this too. I'm ready. I've been ready. I've been excited. Just looking at some of your old matches, and just I'm ready to go. The first question I gotta ask you, Jazzy, I gotta ask you this, okay? When
Mhm.
people, you're a pro wrestler, you're a pro wrestler, and you spent years doing this. I need you to tell the audience that wrestling is not fake. Like I need you to explain that.
No, it's not fake at all. It's predetermined. Like we know who's going to win and lose, but you don't know. And it's like a movie, like you're watching a movie and it's predetermined, right? But you'd still enjoy it. And my job is to bring out the emotions. You hate me, you love me, you're excited that I win, you're sad that I lose, and my job is to entertain you. So I personally think, and I can say it because I did MMA, I did boxing, and I'm doing professional wrestling. I think pro wrestling is like a tough sport, and I think it's the hardest sport on the planet because when someone is knocked out, someone is bleeding, we just don't stop. We stop when the script is over. Like if my boss say I have to win but I hurt myself, I still have to keep going, till it's actually over.
Wow. See, these people don't know that. See, like, you know what? I see wrestlers, and I look at the physical strain that you guys have to go through. Because I mean, just even wrestling, period. Like I boxed. So, the first time I even tried to do any wrestling, that's, I'm telling you, 10 minutes of wrestling and rolling, I thought I was going to pass out. Like the cardio, you got to be in tremendous shape. But
Yeah, it is. And you know what? Of course, we have like everyday training, but most of the time we have three matches in a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And like an MMA fighter or a boxer, they have how many fights in a year they have? I
three.
mean, you can see, but you can't compare it. I mean, the MMA training is super tough, and you don't have the audience, but you still get, like inspiring. You get beat up all the time. So both sports definitely need to get a lot of respect, but I hate the hatred between the both sports. Like I'm hanging around with MMA fighters and they say, oh, it's just wrestling, what is it, but it's not fair because we work hard, you work hard, and we should all respect each other.
I'm gonna tell you, Jazzy. I even when somebody gave me a takedown and the person picked me up and I got slammed. I'm gonna tell you, I got the wind knocked out of me. So I could imagine you like you're actually working with somebody and you guys have to sell the move. You got to sell it. I
Mhm.
mean, how does a body slam feel like when you're in action? Like, is it like have you gotten used to it or are you just like, man, damn, this hurts?
Yeah, you have to imagine like that. We're doing it every weekend, or sometimes in training. Of course, we do a lot of bumps too. So we kind of don't feel it anymore, if that makes sense. But if you have a stop for like a week or something and then do it again, you're like, oh my freaking God, like, and in the ring, we have a lot of adrenaline going on. But
Yeah.
sometimes I work for TV shows and then out of nowhere they say take a bump and then I feel it like 10 times more because I don't have the adrenaline going on. But it's tough. And like sometimes, when like people who doing interviews come around and say, oh, wrestling is fake, I'm like, okay, come on, I give you a body slam, and I slam them and they, oh my God, they almost die, and then they have a new respect for my sport, so I really hate the word fake because it's not fake at all. Like we have serious injuries, we have to be athletes, and it's sports entertainment.
Look, you got to be an athlete. I mean, you got to be an athlete to do what you do. Okay, you got to
Mhm.
be an athlete. But the highlight of your career, or would you? I mean, maybe you agree with me, or maybe you don't. Your wrestling career, you were in the May Young tournament.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us the experience of just being in that tournament and doing what you do in front of millions?
Yeah, I mean, like I have some experience with a lot of TV stuff. I worked for TNA and I worked in Japan, so I was used to the the TV stuff, but we wrote history that time. And it was just so like it was my lifelong dream to work for WWE. You know, like since 17 years, I stepped in the ring, and I always wanted to go to WWE. And I was at few tryouts, and apparently I'm never good enough. And now finally I'm there. I'm in the ring, and the people chanting my name. You know, like they're signing, please sign Jazzy, please sign Jazzy. And I'm like, oh my god, like look at this, like. I belong here, you know, and finally they could see it too. But yeah, it was the most amazing time in my life, I guess.
So you had the WWE universe screaming, "Sign Jazzy, sign Jazzy." I mean, what did Vince McMahon think of all that? You know?
I don't know. He
Okay.
wasn't there, I guess. But you
Ah,
know, Triple H was there and they were chanting at him. And for me, to be honest, it was a little bit embarrassing because I felt like there were two young girls next to me. It was Kaylee Ray and it was like Tessa Blanchett, and they're
yeah.
freaking amazing. You know, they're 10 years younger or something, and they were chanting my name. You know, and they were like, "Wow, this is incredible!" But I feel like a little bit embarrassed, so I run out of the building.
But
And I
Jazz,
still heard him like backstage. I still hear them, you know, chanting my name, and it was incredible. You know, like they gave me a lot of love, the fans, and I think the fans really want me, but I don't know.
Jazzy, I can picture Vince McMahon saying, "I'm Vince McMahon, damn it, sign her, sign Jazzy Gabert right now. I'm Vince McMahon, damn it." You know, but
Well, they did sign me. You know, I did got a contract, but unfortunately, I got this really bad injury. Like I needed surgery in January, and everything was taken away from me. So it's a roller coaster, you know, like all these years I'm trying to get it. Finally, I'm there. I'm on top and I'm getting it. And then it's just ripped away from me again. So I don't know.
I see why the fans like you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, you know how to turn it on. Okay, I've only been speaking to you for now like what, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Okay, and I can tell you right now, when the Jazzy that I'm interviewing and the one that I
Mm,
see on TV, they're totally different.
yeah,
But you
totally.
get people to love you or you get them to hate you, and man, you are good at that. You're also like it's amazing. Cause when I saw you wrestling Abby. I'm like,
Mm,
wow, man, wow. They were cheering you on, like they loved you, like they
yeah,
completely loved you. And then the match itself, you and Abby, you guys put on the show. Like that was
mm,
a show. You two worked very well together.
yeah. I was surprised too. Like to be honest, it went a little bit hard and something didn't go as expected, but you guys cannot see it. But I was like whispering to her, I'm like, come on, dude, we have to do this. Like we have to kill it, you know? And for me personally, I have to say honestly, I thought it's my only chance to be ever in the WWE ring. I thought, you know, I knew I have to lose, you know, of course, and I thought this is the only time I will ever be in a WWE ring, so I have to give it my best. I have to give it my all. So I went in this mindset, you know, I'm like, I'm alpha female, and I will give you the show of your life, and this is what I did, you know. And the next day that I was in the ring, it was for me a surprise. I didn't even know it. So I was 3 times actually in the WWE ring. So that's more than I ever expected. So I'm happy.
Jazzy, maybe you might go back. Maybe you
Yeah,
might
that's
go
great.
back. Like I'm telling you, you were made for that. You were made
I
for that.
am, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you are. And you telling me. So see, we both agree. You were made for the WWE and wrestling. But now I've seen some of your matches when you're over in Japan. Okay, tell me, how was your experience over in Japan different from, when you did TNA and then when you, actually finally got to the WWE?
Yeah, like Japan is totally different business. Okay, now it changes again, but back in the days, I'm talking about like 5 years ago, it was so hard. It was like super hard, you know. Like of course, you know, they know who win, but it felt like a real fight. They punched me in the face so hard, they kicked me so hard, and
They
dude,
kicked
I thought it's like MMA, you know. That's why I actually started MMA training, because I'm thinking, dude, why they hit me so hard, you know? Like I want to protect myself. And I thought, man, I think MMA is even more easy than wrestling in Japan. And sometimes I was bleeding like out of my mouth, my nose, and everywhere, and I was hurting so much, and I was like, I hate this.
Well,
I am a showgirl, you know. I want show. I want, you know, the fun part of wrestling, but Japan wasn't fun at all, you know, because again, they hit me so hard, and they had to prove themselves because I'm so much bigger than them, and they were like, okay, I have to hit alpha female 5 times as hard as possible because then it's only legit, and I'm like, no, you don't have to, we can still have it easy. And now they learned. There was like a really bad experience in Japan with some other wrestlers,
Hmm.
and now a lot of changed, and the Japanese wrestlers wrestling more like American style, not as hard anymore, but back in the days it was brutal.
Yeah. Now, did you ever get up and slap the taste out of somebody's mouth, for kicking you too hard? Because
To be
it seemed like they did that on purpose. Seemed like they purposely set out to hurt you because they knew you were a big star, and they
it
knew that you got
was
the look. I mean, did you get up and slap somebody?
I mean, you see me how I am right now, right? I'm actually the total opposite of alpha female. I would never hurt someone on purpose.
Wow.
So, you know what? I had a crazy experience in France. It was like back in the days, and there was this girl. She was really crazy. Like no one wanted to work with her because she always turned like for real, And one day I have a match with her. I'm the heel. I put her down and I call her, please wait a minute till the fans come up. And she started fighting back really hard. I'm like, dude, relax, stay down a little bit. Then I turned my back on her, to bring the fans. And then she punched me really hard in my face. But I didn't notice. I turned around, I saw her, she still come up. I'm a little bit mad. I'm like, dude, what the hell? And then I
Yeah.
go backstage, I watch the tape, and I see that she came full force right in my face. And I'm like, yeah, it hurts a little bit. Like, what's wrong with you? And then the boy said, please, next match, you must punish her. And I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, she deserved it, but I couldn't. I couldn't punish her. I don't know. I'm too nice for this business, I guess.
She was just jealous of you, Jazzy. She was jealous of you. That's why she did it. See, I'm
Probably.
yeah, she was. Hey, you got to tell me her name because hey, we'll get somebody wrestling. We'll slap the yellow right off her teeth. That's what we'll
She's
do
not
to
in
her.
the business anymore. She was too crazy.
Yeah, I bet she was crazy, man.
Yeah.
So okay, now I watched the fight. I'm gonna switch back and forth between MMA and wrestling, okay?
Mm,
Because I'm excited about talking about wrestling and then MMA.
mm.
Now, do you still got that beef with Gabi Garcia?
Yes. And
Okay.
I still want to beat her, man. I need her. I need to beat her. And I was just thinking the other day, you know what? They offered me a fight, but not an MMA fight. They offered me a kickboxing fight with Gabi Garcia. And I was thinking, wait a minute.
Huh.
If I beat her in kickboxing, it will still not affect her MMA, record. So of
Yeah.
course we didn't agree on that. I want her in MMA and I want to beat her, and I'm back in training and I'm still after her.
Now you gonna have to be prepared because
Oh
Gabi
yeah.
Garcia is a dirty player. Now I'm gonna tell you. Um, and she kicked that old lady. This lady, like what, 80 years old, and the lady was down, and she kicked the old lady in the shoulder, and hurt the lady's shoulder. I mean, what do you think about those antics? I mean, because clearly, this woman clearly was no more. She was done, okay? And Gabby just kicked her, man, hard as she could. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, like Gabby does not get proper opponents. I think Gabby can do much better than that. And in this year where I was hurt and doing with WWE and everything, I watched her, and she's training freaking hard, and I have to respect her work ethics, but she needs proper opponents, and I think she can do better than what she got, and I think she needs a good opponent, to show her strength. The one she has right now, they're like one match, two match, they're like so much smaller than her. Like, what is it? That's not even entertaining. That's not even fun to watch. She needs bigger challenge. Not I'm not talking just me, I'm talking in general. Bigger challenges.
Yeah, she fought Veronica Futina. Actually I did an
Mm.
interview with her. It's crazy because I don't speak Russian and she didn't speak English, but hey, she made me give her an interview. Like she literally made me interview her. But I had to type it, so I was like, damn it, I got to type. But yeah, she fought Veronica Futina. So I'm like, yeah, this girl really ain't had any bouts. And then she beat this old lady, and then she tried to fight what's her name, Kendori. She tried to fight
Mm.
Kendori, and then you jumped in the ring, man. That was legendary. That was savage. I mean, you jumped in the
when
ring.
when she was about to fight Kandori, she came with what was like 15 or 20 kilo
Yeah,
overweight.
yeah.
What
That
the
that,
hell?
that was
you know?
insane. That's
Like,
insane.
it's so easy money for her. Like, she can beat Kandori with one arm behind her back. Like, why would she not make the weight?
But you came in and
Yeah.
you was getting in Gabby's ass. I mean, you was all on her. And then
Yeah.
Kendori got pissed at you. Then Kendori got
Yeah.
pissed at Cyborg. And I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody better get Kendori because somebody about to beat up Kendori. And it was gonna be either you or Gabby. Like like what were you thinking when Kendori was getting all mad at you? Like for no reason.
I didn't care about Kandori at all. All I wanted to go is for Gabi Garcia. But the funny story nobody really knows. Like, they flew me in, to Japan. They said, okay, here, sit at ringside, watch the show. And when the fight is over, jump in the ring and do your thing. I'm like, cool. So, but after I challenged her, some Japanese guy brought me backstage, but only till the entrance.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, dude, but where do I go now? Gabby is coming in 1 minute and beat my ass. I'm like, where should I go? So I knocked on a random door. I'm like, can I hide here? Because I didn't want a backstage fight.
Nah, that's okay. You just pick up a steel pipe. It's steel things all around there. Hey, street fight's a street fight. You take a pipe and boom. That's all you
But
got to
dude
do.
was so mad. Gabby was so mad. She took it way too serious. Like, for me, it's just show. Come on, we have to sell tickets. But for her, it was personal. She wrote many, many messages, and all her followers get on my social media, and you're gonna die, and why did you do this? You will die. And I'm like, seriously.
I don't know. It's something with her. It's just some of the matches she've had, and some of the beatings. I understand. It's you're in a ring or you're in an octagon, and you
Mm,
gotta you gotta fight hard. You gotta finish your opponent. But
yeah,
there's finishing your opponent, and there's completely killing your opponent. And it's
absolutely.
almost like she trying to like damage their opponents beyond they can't do anything else. And I'm like, man, she crazy. Like okay, she's friends with Chris Cyborg. I'm like, okay, Cyborg going, she beat up a lot of people, but
Mm,
when it's time to stop, she stops. Like, why didn't
yeah.
Gabby learn this? I mean,
I
seriously,
know, but like in your world, like you're in the MMA world, right? How do you think how does the fans and the people think about Gabby? Do they respect her?
not much. I'm gonna be
No,
honest, not much, not
no.
much. And there's a lot of like rumors going around. Like I don't the steroid thing. I don't listen to that because she's never tested positive. So if she's never tested positive, I can't really say she's using steroids. But
Yeah,
a lot of people in the MMA world believes that that's what she's doing. Okay, I'm not gonna say it because she hadn't tested positive. And then they just don't like the demeanor of like she'll try to play innocent, like oh I didn't mean to do that, but then you just kick the lady's head off. Like
yeah,
fight's over, Gabby, but nah, she got to get that extra shot in. She just got to do it. You know?
yeah. Or the Russian girl where she poked the eye. I mean,
Yeah, the
the
eye
girl
pokes.
obviously her eye was like damaged. But Gabby was on social media saying that the girl faked it and everything. But no, she was truly damaged.
She's not a good liar either. She's
Mm.
not a good liar. She's not a great liar. She sucks at lying. You know, but I think you could lie pretty good. I mean, you probably could. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I think we should move on. Gabby Garcia is not our main topic, right?
Nah, our main topic is you.
Ooh.
Our main topic is you. Okay, let me ask you this though.
Hmm.
Would you ever consider fighting Chris Cyborg?
Ooh, no way. Like, okay, like if I would be a MMA fighter since 17 years or something, maybe. But Chris, she's a different level, man. She's freaking awesome. She's a monster. She's a killer. I have a lot of respect for her. So no, no way.
Okay, do you want to avenge your loss to King Rena?
Do I want what?
To avenge your loss to King Rena, the only loss on your resume.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was unfortunate.
You fought
I
good
was
though.
I was preparing for Gabi Garcia, and then they say, okay, you have to fight King Reina. If you don't fight her, you will never fight for Ryzen. So my manager and my trainer say, don't do the fight, don't do the fight. But I'm like, dude, I have nothing to lose. I lose this fight, okay, but if I don't take it, I will not fight for Ryzen anyway. So I'm like, let's do it. And my trainer like, no, Jazzy, don't do it. And then unfortunately, my trainer is also in UFC, Peter Sabata. So
I
when
know.
I had to go to Japan, he could not come with me. So it was missing. Like I personally think if my trainer was with me there, I would have won the fight. But so I couldn't hear my corner, and I mean, the King Reina fight, it was 5 seconds left. I couldn't hear it. Otherwise, I maybe would not have tapped. So I have a lot of regrets for that fight. But as you say, I did better than many people thought. And she's a black belt. I don't have any belt in this kind of sport. So
But
I did what
Jazzy,
I could.
but Jazzy, you hit her with the left, that left hand, and man, King Rena just bagged up like this, like she didn't know what hit her. And I was thinking, I said, man, I think Jazzy Gabert may be a wrestler. But then when I saw you like throwing some really good sharp punches, like they were, I was like, I'm like Jazzy Gabert is getting better. Like, and you hadn't been doing MMA that long, so I was like
One
excited.
year.
And
One
then
year.
and then you punched her with a right. You punched her with a right, and then she backed up. And I'm like, man, if this fight stays standing, you could win the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
why? But I was impressed that the level of experience that you had, but you were able to go in and King Rena is a top opponent. I mean, you fought one of the best, and you
Mm.
did well. I mean, have you learned a lot from that fight since then?
Oh yeah, definitely. I learned a lot. And I mean, if you watch my first fight and my second fight, you also see that I learned a lot really quick. And for me, I'm a fast learner. If I have the right teacher, I can learn pretty fast. And that's like my gift, I guess. And if the injury wasn't there, I would have another fight, another fight. I'm a fighter. That's who I am. I was born like that. And I definitely want to go back in the cage again. Like, it's the adrenaline. It's like the excitement. You fear for your life, and I love it.
Man, well, I think people would be scared of you though. I don't know. See, I don't know how much fear you got, but I think people be scared of you, because you get in there and, you know,
Man, when I'm walking down the street, people always say, "Oh my God, you're going to punch us or kill us or anything," but you're actually pretty nice, they say. But apparently, I look really mean.
nah, you don't look mean. You don't look mean. See, now when you play in character, you can look mean, but nah, you don't look mean. Come on, these people don't know what mean is, okay? They don't know what mean is. So, okay, now, okay, I want to switch back over. I want to switch back over to wrestling. I'm going back and forth. Okay,
Mm,
all right. So now that the Mae Young tournament is over. Okay,
yeah.
what are your plans for pro wrestling? Like, what are your plans now?
Mm. Well, I have a lot of championship. I all over Europe and England and Japan, and now I really like, this is my little wish from my heart to have a championship from America. Doesn't matter if it's like a big company or a smaller one, but and I want to work for Shine and Shimmer because they're like the top main female wrestling promotion, and Ring of Honor would be awesome, and of course WWE, my WrestleMania moment, that would be awesome.
Wow. Well, I mean, you're young. You're very young. You still
No,
get.
not anymore.
Yes, you are. You look. You look. Let me go. You're very young. Okay, you athletic. You strong. I mean, and and then to show you got to flex the muscles because the muscles is what make you so unique. But
Mm,
you got the charisma. You great on the microphone. Like when
thank
you stepped in the ring with Gabby, it was legend. Like I'm like, this girl got some microphone skills. I was like, yeah, man. So I don't see why you can't be like a star, like a crossover star. Like it's crazy. So
you.
how can we find out when you wrestle next? Are you gonna advertise it on social media?
Oh yeah, I have a good fight coming up on September 1st for WXW. I will fight Tony Storm. She's in a. Can I spoil it for you guys? No, I won't spoil it for the Mae Young Classic. But yeah, I will
Don't
fight
spoil it.
Tony Storm. She's WXW champion right now, and I won her title. So I'm going to face her on September 1st. And I have some crazy shows. For example, on September 5th, no, 8th, I'm facing a girl I didn't face for 9 years.
Really?
And in Germany, we're like three girls. It's Vesna, Blue Nikita, and me. So we're like three girls. And they always say Vesna is number one. But no way, I'm number one. So at this day, I will show, we will give the fans a great fight. It will be hard hitting. And I want the people that I'm much better than her.
Okay, look, I love the confidence. I love the confidence. And y'all,
But
this
I
this is
am.
alpha female Jazzy guys. She's from Germany. Somebody asked where you from. She's from Germany. You can hear the accent, but her English is good. But man, she's from Germany. She's smiling. It's 1 something in the morning, and this German woman has come on the show live. Okay, guys, You got to ask away, okay? I don't want Jazzy falling asleep, okay? You got to ask away. We'll take a few questions, okay? And see, I'm checking the questions right now.
Oh, you have some question.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. They get okay. All right. So, Exe Gucha. Oh, he's a huge wrestling fan. Huge. Like
All right.
this guy gonna ask you questions for days. Listen, you can't ask your questions all day. All right. Why? Okay. Why did you turn down? Okay. Why did you turn down the offer for TNA? So apparently you turned down an offer.
Yeah, well, I have two ways to go. I could have go to Japan or go to TNA, and I had like a little stint in TNA, and they used me as a bodyguard. But the commentary were really mean. Like they were saying something like, "Oh, who is this person? Is this a man or is this a woman?" And I'm like, "Dude, really? You introduced me like this?" And then there was a other German wrestler on the show, but he has nothing to do with me in this part of the show, and they were like fantasizing that this is my brother or some family, and I'm like, really, that's what you're doing, like what? So I didn't like that at all. Like it was really the commentary that got me thinking that I should go to Japan because they respected me over there and I had such a better life over there.
Well, you should have asked him. Is that your breath, or did a possum piss in your mouth? See, that's what you should have asked him. You know,
PG.
you're all woman. You're a woman. What you mean, man? You're a woman. You are a
Right.
woman, and you are a strong woman. You got look. You no 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 no. He got that wrong. I'm pissed off. Yeah. So Exe Gucci, that's your question, okay? That's it, okay? And Rugby Queen tells you that's messed up. She says you are a beautiful woman.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah. See, and she's happy. And I told you she got it. Okay. And people are mad at WWE. Well, the WWE did sign her. They signed her for the Mae Young Classic. Okay. So they.
Me.
All right. So who do you like working with in the wrestling business the most? Like, who is the person you love the most when y'all get together?
There's so many girls out there. I will tell you one I really want to wrestle and I never did, and that's Michael Satomura. She's from Japan. She's in a business since 20 years and she's
Hmm.
freaking awesome and I really want to fight her. But I always loved my matches with Kairi Sane. Back in the day, she was Kairi Hojo, also in Japan, of course. And I love Killer Kelly. She's a new upcoming talent. You will see her soon in WWE. I'm sure of that because she's freaking beautiful, but also like really kick ass. So I love working with her too.
Wow. Now, could you explain to everybody watching like there are levels. There's levels to people you can work with. And I remember this because a friend of mine was telling me about it. Like it's one person you can like do a lot of acrobatic stuff with, but then it might be
Mm-hmm.
another person you can't do any of that stuff with. Like how does
Yeah.
that affect the quality of the match? When you're trying to do these things.
Oh, major. Like, for example, if you work with beginners, they do like the typical beginner, like mistakes. For example, if I punch them, they get straight back up. So that takes away the credibility of the match. Or the positioning is really important. For example, if I shoot you to the ropes, but you run to the corner, then it's like the flow is broken. And there's so many things you have to watch out in a pro wrestling match, even the speed. Sometimes you have to be slower, sometimes you have to be faster, something more hard hitting. So there's so many things you have to watch out for. And if you work with a really experienced, the match gets better and better and better because you don't have to tell them how do they have to react or what to do. But most of the time my matches are against beginners, so they're like squash matches. Basically it's like 5-minute match and I beat them just up, but that gets boring. Like people get bored of that and I get bored of that, but that's how the promoters book me. But sometimes you have classics like me and Abby Lee, that we have like a kind of equal match, and then it's just freaking awesome for both, for the fans and for the wrestlers.
So Gabby, so Jazzy, you're tired of beating up on jobbers. Is that what you're telling us?
No, but I wish I can show a little bit more and I can entertain the people more. Like when I go, for example, I have this one promotion I work for 2 years now, and every match is kind of the same. I just beat people up. I mean, it's fun, but it's also like, come on.
Look at this. Like what who would not love an athletic woman who beats up people? This is great. This is awesome. Okay, here's a question, guys, and I'm not gonna keep you too much more long, Gabby. I'm actually I'm
Jazzy.
enjoying
You
this.
always say Gabby, Jazzy.
Jazzy, I'm sorry, I keep saying Gabbert. I'm thinking of your last name, so no, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking. I'm thinking of Jazzy. Don't worry about that. Um, okay, the truth asks you. He says, "Hey, what is the current strength and weaknesses in the European wrestling scene?"
Oh, well, that's a good question. Thank you for that. Wow, what can I say? I mean, Europe is pretty big. And now we have NXT UK coming up, and we have a lot of great talents over here. It's tough to say. I mean, I would say the audience. We need more fans. In Europe, unfortunately, the fans, as we speak before, the people think it's fake, and that's why they don't want to come. And before they always said to me, "Oh, wrestling is so brutal, and we don't get wrestling." And I think that's the main problem. People don't get it, and they don't understand that this is entertainment. And instead of going to the cinema, they should come to wrestling. Yeah, we're doing freaking great. Like, we have iPay-per-views, we have internet presence, we have great entrances, we have great talent. So everything is there. We're on the rise.
Okay, now you got a compliment just now. Jazzy looks like Pink. Okay, now do you know who Pink is?
Of course, she's my favorite.
Okay, see, look at this rugby queen. Pink is her favorite. I was wondering. Yeah, she looks like somebody. I actually
Yeah,
like Pink.
when I go actually to America, people on the street ask me for autograph because they think I'm pink. So it's really weird.
Hey, so can you sing like Pink?
No, not at all. I wish.
Really?
I would make tons of money.
Yeah, really. I mean, you seem like a person that can sing. I bet you could.
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. Well, at least you're
No
honest
rhythm
about it.
at all.
Okay. Hey, hey, but the coach can sing, but I'm not gonna sing. Uh, okay, so now I gotta ask you this, okay? And then we're gonna kind of wind it down here. I'm having so much fun, Jazzy. I really am. Um, what's the craziest thing that a fan did or said to you during a match?
Oh, wow, well, that's tough too. I mean, there's a lot of crazy things that happen all over the places, right? Okay, I tell you my favorite story. Okay, my first title match and my first title win. So I'm having finally, after a few years, this championship. It's my first one, and I don't want anyone to touch it. So when I have to go out of the building, like out to the backstage area, the entrance were so, like, how you say, tight or small, so the fans can touch you from all the. So I'm walking with my championship up high because I don't want anyone to touch my championship because it's my first one, right? So I'm walking like this, and all the fans grabbing my boobs. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like covering the belt.
Hey,
I'm like,
now,
no, I have to go out of here.
now, did a couple of backhands and slaps come along with that?
I was just shocked. Like, I could not believe that this is happening. So I'm like, okay, touch my belt, touch my belt.
Those bastards. You know what? I want you to give me the name of every one of those fans, and I'm gonna
Okay.
slap the taste out of all their mouths and slap them in the next week. Okay? I got that for you. Okay? Just list their names for me. All right. Okay. Guys, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I do. You've acted in a couple of movies too, right?
Good.
You've acted in some movies, right?
How do you know?
I've done my homework on you. Trust me. When I
Good.
figured out I was gonna interview you, like days ago, I'm talking about I was like this. I was like, I mean, I was nervous, but I'm not nervous now. I was though, but I'm not nervous now.
Yeah, I did act in some movies. Like the recent one was Tango One. It was a little bigger movie than the ones before, and I played a gangster. But it was just a small scene. I have like a gun in my hand. I was shooting around, and I got killed. So that was cool. But I had one. This was actually my favorite till now. I played a woman from the jungle, like a jungle woman. I was like covered like in oil, and I was like the strongest woman on the earth.
Oh snap!
And my role was that I fall in love with someone, but he broke my heart. So I went to the jungle and hated all men and became super strong.
Oh
That
God,
was
I don't think anybody want to do that in real life. That would hurt. Okay,
But I
guys.
really want to do more movies. Like, this is my dream and my goal in future, and my biggest dream and wish is to play Rocky, but in a female version. that I'm like Dragunov. That's his name, right? That I
Yeah,
am the female version from him. Like,
Ivan Drago. Ivan
yeah,
Drago.
Ivan Drago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Drago. He killed Apollo Creed. I was a little pissed off about that, you know? If he dies, he dies.
Yes.
Oh man, this has been fun. This has been fun. Well, yep, and everybody's saying Drago. Okay, Jazzy, I want like I want one more thing if you can do it, okay?
Sure, yeah, I'm ready. I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. Most people mess this up, but I'm gonna see. Okay, could you say, hey, this is alpha female Jazzy Gabert, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison? But hold on, and you got to make a muscle. Like if you do it like that, that's gonna seal the deal, okay?
All right. Hi, this is the alpha female, Jazzy Gabert, and you watching Coach Harrison.
Oh God, I hate to say that. You got that wrong. I mean, you messed that all the way up.
What?
Yeah, you did. You messed it up. Okay,
What
wait a
did I
minute.
do?
Is it? It's the alpha female? Okay, I got OCD on the screen. I got alpha female. Oh man, that's yeah.
What
That's that.
happened?
Yeah, I'm OCD about people's names. Okay, okay, no worries. Okay, this how it's okay. It's Coach Shelton Harrison. Say, hey, my name is the alpha female Jazzy Gabbert, and you're
Yeah.
watching Coach Shelton Harrison.
Okay. This is alpha female, Jazzy Gabert, and you watching Coach Harris.
Oh
Oh,
God.
Harrison, right?
Oh dear Jesus, I'm having so much fun. It almost sounded like he was trying to cut a promo. That's what it sounded like.
I know, right?
Okay. Well, Jazzy, you know,
It's my
hey.
turn to get some.
Oh man, I'm having too much fun. I'm not supposed to have all this fun, but I am. Jazzy, is there anybody you want to give shout outs to? You want to, you want to thank your
Shout
family?
out to the world. Hey, come on, watch me on my social media. Follow me on social media. I'm really active on Facebook, recently on Twitter a lot, and of course Instagram. And thank you so much for watching this and following my life.
Okay. Oh, you said following your life.
Hmm.
Okay, I was trying to get. I'm like, what she say? Like following her life? Nah, ain't nothing wrong with your life. It's good.
Will follow my life,
Yeah,
right?
and you got people in here talking about you look like Bridget Nelson.
Yeah, many times. I mean, I don't like how she looks right now, but back in the days when she did like.
We talking about back in the day. Okay, we talking about the back in the day. I told you young. You keep saying you're not young. You young.
I'm
God.
36, man. It's too old.
Yeah, nah, come on. You're 36. You're young. Come on.
Alright,
It's
yeah.
people still. You in the prime. People still fighting in 36. You know.
Sure,
Tell
I'm
me.
in my prime, yeah.
Yeah, I've had so much fun. But Jazzy, I just gotta ask one last question.
Sure.
Would you come back sometime? If I asked you, maybe we can have a little bit more fun.
No, never.
Oh
Of
God, Jesus.
course.
I was about to be like, oh God, oh shoot.
No, I'm really grateful that people take time, to let me on their podcast to help me to promote myself, because how the world can know about me if I don't have you guys.
Well, the world
And I
can.
really, really want to come to America. So if someone can make this happen, like marry me for green card. No, just kidding.
Okay. Well, here you go. There's the
So
ring right there. Imaginary air ring right there. There you go. You got it.
You can get me to America. I think you guys are ready for alpha female.
I think we're ready for the alpha female to get in here and beat some people up and entertain. Man, we're ready for that. We're ready. We love it. Guys, the alpha female, and she said she'd come back, so definitely when you get some announcements, I got to keep up with you, though, and then I got to ask you, Jazzy, is this true? Are you doing this? And then I'm going to say, could you please come back on and grace the fans, your fans, with your presence? See?
Sure. Let's do
Okay.
this.
Well, God bless you guys. Thank you guys for joining this live stream. And Jazzy, this is gonna be to you in like 5 minutes, okay? And then I'm gonna just give it to you, and then hey, post it to your computer blow up.
All right, but first I go to sleep, and tomorrow I will post it. Okay.
Okay, she going to sleep, y'all. Good night to the alpha female, Jazzy Gabert.